I'm Managing Director for AgriStart, and AgriStart's a company that connects technology startups and researchers to farmers. I'm talking to the Year 9 students today about career opportunities in agriculture and STEM in general, sharing with them a bit about my own personal story, but also telling them a bit about AgTech, which is all about new technologies in agriculture and how they're making a difference to farming. Then last year I started my own business, and to be honest, this was a bit scary. I was used to having a regular paycheck, knowing exactly where I was going to work every day and what was happening. But I was really keen to have a go at starting my own business. I had ideas around what I could do for a while, but just needed to be brave and take the plunge. So what my business AgriStart does is all about connecting people. So there's this real gap that we saw where these tech companies are doing some really cool things. They've got these awesome technologies, but they don't actually understand how the farmers would use it. So now just quickly talk a bit about some of the technologies around agriculture. But there's lots of really cool examples of how drones are used in agriculture and how they're used in the future we probably still don't have a good understanding of. So from a physical point of view, yes, they're used for herding cattle. They're also used for scaring birds off fruit trees. So that's sort of a physical way that they're used. But also around, we talked about measuring crop health, they stick fancy cameras onto the drones, and that's what they then use to take pictures using infrared cameras and other technology to decide, well, that crop's not doing so well, it might need some more nitrogen, so then the farmer can go out and put some more nutrients on the crop. So it's really about how can this technology be used for the farmers to make better decisions. What about robots? How do you think robots might be used in farming? There's actually a company in the UK that's got a prototype for a strawberry picker. So City of Wanneroo, which isn't far from here, they've got lots of big strawberry farms. They employ a lot of backpackers and foreign labour, which is fantastic. It's good for the economy and jobs, but it would actually be a lot faster for them and save them money if they could have automatic strawberry pickers. And then a lot of that labour, that workforce, could then perhaps be involved in other technology and other jobs related to the technology rather than just picking strawberries. So I see robots perhaps making jobs lost in some areas but creating jobs in others. This example I really like. It's called Swarm Farm. It's a Queensland farmer who had a problem. He didn't like how all the farming equipment was just getting bigger and bigger and heavier, causing more damage as it goes along his soil. So he actually worked with a research group to come up with this swarm farm concept. So you can see the little robots in the background. So rather than having big sprayers going across the paddock, there's now this swarm of little ones that are lighter, they're faster, they're more accurate, and they automatically just go to a little refill station. So he could actually be spraying in the middle of the night while he's sleeping and having these robots going around the paddock. What about sensors? Does anyone know how different sensors might be used in farming? So some sensors aren't attached to robots, they're actually just fixed in the crop, or they might be fixed on a fence or even fixed on an animal. So geo-tracking of animals is becoming a lot more common. So when tags are actually put onto your cattle or your sheep so that farmers can track exactly where they are, and it can also measure things like the animal health. So there's a company I'm working with that's developing sensors to go onto sheep and cattle for the live export, and it can actually help measure the animal's health. So it's a really useful tool for animal welfare on some of the ships. One thing that also needs to be considered with any new technology is how user-friendly it is. And an issue that lots of farmers have is that they're out in the paddock. There's no IT department in the paddock, as this one farmer was complaining on Twitter about. So any new technology needs to be able to cope with the fact that there's just a lone farmer, middle of the night on his tractor. If something goes wrong, he needs this technology to be quite user-friendly and be able to be fixed easily. And as part of that, there also comes back to that internet connectivity issue that we talked about earlier. So any new technology also needs to be able to work even if the internet drops out. This is a really common problem for farmers. So for my undergraduate degree, which was in agricultural science, there was nothing that was actually about farming. It was biology, it was chemistry, it was calculus, it was economics, it was communicating. So all those skills that you think might not be relevant, beyond just biology, those skills that you're learning in those subjects can be applied to a whole range of different careers. So it's important to think, when you're in that biology class, if it's getting a bit boring, try and think about the different applications to what you're learning and how it can be used. And so for engineering, maths, all those different science topics, the applications that come from those skills you're learning are going to be valuable to a wide range of different career paths. What I love most about my job is when you can see things making a difference to farmers. So I'm a bit biased towards farmers. I'm a farmer's daughter, all my family are farmers. I'm very passionate about the agricultural industry, and when I see technology companies connecting to farmers and then working together on solutions that can really make a difference to agriculture, that's what gets me excited about my job. Agriculture is a very complicated business. It requires biology, chemistry, engineering, math skills, computing skills. All of those skills are critical to make the farming business a success, and farmers rely on experts with those skills in order to get advice on how to run their farm better. I think what's exciting about STEM is that there are so many different career paths. Even if you think you're not really interested in coding, there's so many different aspects around technology that can be valuable. If you think you're not interested in biology, if you think about the different career paths that come from a biological career path, it is quite endless. So all types of engineering, science, maths, it's the careers that support those industries that are also valuable. So be open-minded and you'll get excited about all the different applications that come from using those skill sets.